Hello everyone, welcome to Get Set Laws. So I am here with another exciting and important video for 3-year LLB aspirants who are targeting to complete their 3-year LLB from any of the top national law universities of our country. So in this video, I am going to give you some strategy and some tips so that you can prepare for all these three universities examination for 3-year LLB separate in one go. That is the main idea of this video. In the last video, I have shown you some common grounds and some ground of syllabus for the syllabus for these examination. That is something that I have covered in the last video. If you have not watched that video, go and check out that video because that is going to give you a complete idea about what all are covered in these three examinations, the topics, questions and everything, right? So that video is going to be very important for you. Now here in this video, I will be talking about, so now since we know the syllabus, okay, we know the syllabus, so what is the strategy that I should be following if we are going to target these three colleges, these three universities for our 3-year LLB? That is something that I will be discussing in today's video. So this is going to be important for you all. Make sure that you are watching it till the end. So let's get started without any further delay. So first of all, just to give you some timeline about the examination. So when we talk about these three examination, only NLU Odisha is notified yet. So this exam is going to be conducted on 10th of May. This exam is already notified. For rest of the examination, you will tentatively see that the exams will be conducted somewhere in May, June, July approximately. As soon as the notification will be out, we will come up with a video or a short or a live and inform you right here on this channel itself. So make sure that you are hitting the like and the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of the important updates, right? So yes, the NLU Odisha date is notified. The exam is on 10th of May. The other two exams the dates are yet to be notified. But why to wait? If we are preparing for one exam, we can very well go ahead and prepare for the other exams. So when we talk about the strategy that you should be following, so I will give you a phase by phase strategy, right? So let's say you are starting your preparation from scratch. I'm considering that we are starting our preparation from scratch. Ma'am, we are here with a blank slate. So tell us how we can prepare. And that is what I'm going to tell you in today's video. That this is how you improve your preparation step by step, phase by phase. So phase one is something where you should start with the foundation. So start with learning the GK. Start with the basic foundation of GK, where you start with polity, history. Because we have seen in the previous video that polity, history, all of these are common points for all the examinations. So this is going to help you prepare for all three exams. Then the constitution part. Again, the legal awareness is also very important for all three examinations. So we have to start with fundamental rights, DPSPs, some important amendments. Then comes your synonyms, antonyms, and your grammar. So we have seen that all subjects, all exams have these things in common. So these are some of the points from where you should start. So start with one topic at a time. Take one topic, read around it, see that if you are able to understand whether it is fundamental right, whether it is grammar rules, whether it is vocabulary, whether it is polity. One heads up I would like to give you here is that I have often seen that students are not able to benefit from the passive reading. So just reading, highlighting. So if you are one of those students who is not good with passive reading and you need to take down some notes, take down important points, just a heads up, instead of writing the entire sentences, try to write down or jot down some keywords. That can be your reference point, that can be your point which you can use when you are revising later on during the exam time or just before the examination. So that is going to be your point of reference. So make sure that you are engaged in little bit of active reading as well, or maybe you are explaining what you have learned to someone who is there in your family, or maybe a friend of yours, maybe your parents or anyone who is ready to listen to you for an hour or two. So that is going to give you a more active learning, right? And whatever you are reading here, because first phase is going to be reading oriented and it is going to be heavy on reading, so you will be able to understand that all of those concepts are drilled inside your head, right? Moving to the second phase of legal aptitude, MCQs. So when we talk about the MCQs, so when we talk about the concepts will always require you to practice. As I mentioned, active reading versus passive reading. Passively is when you are just reading, marking and everything. Active is when you are also engaged in solving the question. So make sure that you start. Once I have built sufficient concepts, once I know certain concepts, I will start with solving the questions. So legal aptitude, start solving the MCQs, start solving reasoning sets, start practicing current affairs on a daily basis. So here we also incorporate current affairs. So start from backward. So let's say you have started from the month of April 26, start reading current affairs from the month of April, then cover March, then February. So these months are more important for you. Try to cover all of these months. Go chronologically backward, right? So that is how we proceed with our phase 2. Then we have our phase 3. Here we will target unique sections of all the examinations. So once we have built those concepts, once we are done with everything, we will start with the English section, legal GK section, which are specific for certain examinations. And now here, once you are done with all those section wise tests, all those section wise MCQs and everything, you go ahead and you start solving mocks. Because when you are solving full paper, full mocks, that is when you get an idea that yes, this is how my preparation is. This is the current stage of preparation. If I'm sitting for 2 hours, this much I'm able to score after so much effort, after so much emphasis that I have put. And that is going to decide, or that is going to set your benchmark from where you start. And here, from here, we start picking up our graph. We see that where we are making recurring errors, we see which type of questions we are not able to solve, and then we go back to those questions and we try to revise those questions. We try to maybe figure out an alternate way to solve those questions. We try to clear our concepts on those questions. So that's how your graph improves. That's how your graph uh, is ever growing up, right? So because you have targeted it one by one. There comes our final stage of preparation, where we will move forward to solving full length mocks in the exam slot timing. So generally the exam slot timing, if the exam is in the morning hours or in the evening hours, so we'll consider those exam slots and we will start solving our full length mocks. We'll start revising the current affairs quizzes. We'll start revising the summary of the judgment, the mistakes that you're making in the examination, we'll work on those. So that is how you finally polish your preparation. So that is going to be your phase 4. Again, I will not give you a week by week or a day by day timeline, because some of you might already be in phase 2, some of you might already be in phase 1, or some of you are might or some of you might have to start now, right? So what I want to do is figure out at which phase you are right now, then start your preparation from there. Pick it up from there, that okay, I have built the concept, next comes the practice part. Okay, I know the practice part, next comes solving the mocks or solving the previous year paper. Now next comes analyzing the mistake and improving on it. So that's how you move forward. That's how your graph goes up. So that is how your preparation moves forward. And that is one thing that I always mention to my students, that make sure that you first introspect and understand where you are right now. Check your scores, see where you're making errors. Solving will not be sufficient. Make sure that you are also checking your errors. So that will give you an idea, that will give you a base about how you can go up from there, right? So yes, this is the phase wise preparation that I wanted you all to follow. Certain hacks that I would like to mention before I conclude this video for you all, so that can be very helpful for you for all the exams. So first of all, you have to know that for DSNLU and for NLU Odisha, there is no negative marking. So make sure that you are attempting all the questions. However, I will give you one heads up. When you are writing this exam for this year, make sure that you're reading the instructions properly before you actually go ahead and mark everything, to see whether there is any last minute change happening in the exam pattern or not, right? So just make sure that you're reading around it. However, you will see in CNLU exams, you will see that there is a negative marking. So we have to emphasize on, first of all, we have to emphasize on accuracy, getting your answers correct. So first emphasize on getting your answers correct, then we move forward and increase our attempts, then we move forward and focus on time management. But first, if I have understood something, am I able to get the answers correct or not? Am I able to eliminate all the incorrect options or not? That is the first focus. Then your legal GK. For legal GK, if you are preparing on your own, you will be able, I will give you the sources. You can focus on bar and bench, live law, you can focus on the legal news articles that are published in the newspapers. That is going to be very helpful for you for the exams. Now for your current affairs, the daily diary that you have prepared, the newspaper, the notes, the MCQs that you have prepared, that is going to be for your current affairs. Finally, you will foolproof your preparation by solving mocks only. So make sure in a week you are solving 2 to 3 mocks in the exam slot itself. So make sure that you are keeping one day for one particular exam. So that's how, when you are preparing for one exam, you can simultaneously prepare for 3 examinations, and you can target all the NLUs which are out there, which are offering 3-year LLB program. I have not talked about the NLSAT exam in this video, but for that I'll be making a separate video. So if you are also interested in NLSAT examination for the next term, do let me know in the comment section. Any other video that you want me to come up with that is going to be helpful for your preparation, do let me know in the comment section. I hope that this information was useful for you. If you are implementing any of these phases in your examination, put it in the comment section so that I know and I will be able to guide you better from there. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel to stay ahead of all the information. Yes, so see you all again in next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.